obviously, Doug coming back to town, just kind of reflect a little bit on the memories you have with him and how good it would be to see him, even though he's on the other side.
You know what? It's going to be good. Pre-game, showing all the coaches love that was here. 2017 was special. We're trying to make 2024 even more special. So we got to make sure the whole goal is to go out there and try to get a win, but it's definitely going to be good to see him.
You're also one of the only people here, I think Lane as well, that played with LaShawn McCoy. To watch him go into the Hall of Fame here, how special would that be?
That's good. I mean, it's already special enough that, we played with him, man. To see him getting honored, knowing how good of a person he was, great player, and I'm just excited just to see his whole family be out there, and him get that love, because at the end of the day, he worked hard when he was here, and I'm happy he getting recognized for it.
You told us last week that at times it can take almost 2 seasons to really click with a new defensive scheme, and you believe you're way ahead of schedule with this defense. At one point, did you know, was there maybe a team meeting or a week where, this is going to click this week and this defense is going to get where it needs to be?
No, I think it's just more about believing in it every week, and you got to make sure that you keep the young guys believing in the dream. I always say, look, at the end of the day, you got to stay with it, because you see we started off good, then we had a little bumps in there. And then now I feel like a lot of guys is just like it's finally hitting, it's finally showing up, man. Just even the young guys like Coop and Q, seeing them make plays, and just seeing some of the vets going out there doing their thing and playing, and Kobe, letting them know at linebacker, him and Zack. I mean, I think it's a lot of people got stuff to prove, and I'm happy that everybody didn't give up on it when it got hard.
Mm-hmm. What are the challenges of facing a 2-6 team that's had a bumpy season with Dallas and Washington following this game for you guys? What are the challenges of playing a team now?
You just got to make sure that you just get everybody to play at our level of what we do. Can't worry about the record. Them boys, they got a good team. You see, I've seen they roster. They got some good players. They got some, it's just sometimes it take a little while for it to come together. And I know for us, we don't want to get it started with us this week, so we got to make sure we just go out there and execute our plan, believe in our players, make it about us, and just play at our level that we know we can play at.
Brandon, when you look at the Jaguars' offensive line, they just switched up one of their tackles, traded away Cam Robinson. What's the difficulty of having maybe a last-minute change like that where you're expecting to see them play?
I mean, you just want to make sure that you get you see a little film on them, see how they're going to play you, so that you can know how to do it. But for the most part, it's football. Just got to make sure us up front that we're getting off the rock, making it halfway easier for us by getting off the ball, and then just playing what you see. And as we go, it's about adjusting in the game. And so as we talk about it on the sideline and go through what's going on and how we're playing, then that's when we make adjustments. But I think we got a good he played against the Packers, so we got some good film on him. We already got a plan of who we going to see. And so just can't wait to see just how I go down on Sunday.
You've been a part of a lot of defensive lines in your career here. Do you think momentum for a unit is a thing? Because you guys are really on a hot streak right now.
Right now, it is, but you want to make sure you're getting better every week. You can't believe in the hype that's going on right now. You know how it switches up real quick, so you got to make sure you stay on your game. I know for us, we've been going through it these last couple weeks, and then these last 3 been good, but in order for us to stay good, we gotta keep doing what we did the first time, block out the noise, make sure that we doing what we're supposed to do in practice, execute the game plan on Sunday, and make sure that we just tackling, stay with what we do, and everything else will kind of take care of itself. But don't look too far ahead. Worry about these Jaguars. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. We are here with Zack Baun getting ready for a home game against the Jacksonville Jaguars this Sunday, and this defense definitely playing with some momentum right now. At what point, what week, what meeting did you think, okay, this is going to click and we're going to start playing the way we want to?
I couldn't have guessed when it was, but I knew it was going to happen. The first couple weeks, there was some things we needed to work on in the run game. Then it was the pass game. Then it was tackling was an issue. But the sign of a good defense is when you can clean up things and not make the same mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like Brandon Graham was really insightful, saying at times it can take up almost 2 seasons to get used to a new defensive scheme. He says you guys are way ahead of schedule. How much was at the beginning of the season just getting used to Vic Fangio's system?
Yeah, a lot of that. Vic has a lot of different coverages that a lot of other teams don't play or guys aren't used to, and a lot of different verbiage, And it just takes time communicating, and then knowing the teammates and how Chauncey's going to say things, how Reed sees things, and playing next to N'Kobe, how he sees things. So it takes time, but I think we're at a good point right now.
And a lot of people will say, well, that's got to be what training camp's for. But how different is getting used to that in camp rather than in-game action?
Yeah, I think it's quicker than people think, and obviously we're here all the time during training camp and during off-season stuff, but it's a big playbook, and there's not nearly enough time to install stuff. So we're even installing new stuff every week, so it's constantly developing, and we're learning all the time.
Now you're seeing the young guys really step up and play like a Cooper DeJean, like a Quinyon Mitchell. You've seen them from the start of camp.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be a proud feeling to see it all come kind of full circle.
Yeah, I'm so happy for those guys. It's not easy to come into this league and be playing wide receiver ones on any team, and those guys have been doing a really good job.
And now the challenge when you have big games coming up against the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington Commanders, but you have this Jaguars team that's struggling a bit. How do you not overlook them this week?
I mean, this is a good football team. They're just like the Bengals. Their record doesn't really indicate that they're decent, but this is a good quarterback, good wide receivers, good offense, and there's some challenges that come with it.
Zach, thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
AJ, when you look at the secondary for this week, what are some of your main takeaways watching the film?
You got a vet on one side, Darby, and Savage plays really well in the back end too. Tyson Campbell is a young corner, and he's pretty solid. So we got to come out and make plays. You know, they're gonna play hard and they're gonna compete. So. Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about why you guys have been on this 3-game winning streak. People say the offense changed, all these different ideas. When you think about why you guys have been able to play some pretty good football, what do you think the main reasons are?
I think just playing complementary football. I don't think it's just one side. You know, I think both sides kind of got the ball rolling, and special team got the ball rolling, and just taking advantage of opportunities. You know, and just finishing drives, and we're gonna try to do our best to keep that going. We're gonna continue to work hard and keep chipping away.
From your perspective, having Saquon on the offense, how has it kind of changed the way defenses are playing this?
Yeah, so he's already a superhuman, we like to call him. You know, so you have to account for him. And at any moment, you know, he can change the game. At any moment, and the defense has to account for that. And so sometimes they load the box. You know, we get a favorable matchup. You know, and we just got to take advantage of when we get those matchups. And he has to take advantage when they don't load the box. You know?
You've been in a similar system that can run the football really effectively with Derek. How is that, you know, for a receiver in the blocking aspect, how important is it to take that so seriously whenever?
Yes, it's important always, regardless of whatever offense you got to block. But you know, you spring your block, he getting up, taking it to the crib. You know, so.
Are you finding that you and Devontae are getting more one-on-one matchups because of Saquon, like the attention they're paying to him?
I mean, at times. But whenever we get those one-on-ones, we try to take advantage of it.
Nick has constantly credited the fact that this is a very selfless offense between all of you guys, and you really like to share the wealth. How did you develop that chemistry and that bond that you are so selfless in his eyes?
I think just hanging out with each other, you know, being around each other more and more, you know, and just having that love for one another, and then just to talk about what is it about? It's about winning, you know, and that's the only thing that matters. And no feelings, and none of that stuff matters. You know, you do your job and you make the most of your opportunity. That's all you can do, and that's all you can control. When you learn that, you know, I think, you know, I like to say your life begins when you accept it. So it is what it is, and you just make the most of your opportunities, and most importantly, be happy for your teammates. You know, because we all doing it together. You know, and it takes all of us. So.
You were talking earlier about Jacksonville's defense. It hasn't been a good season for them with a 2-6 record. What are the challenges, though, that a 2-6 team can present?
To us, we're not looking at a record. I'm not looking at a record. It's an NFL team. They got professionals just like we do, you know, and that's how you get shot. You know, I think when people do that, they get shot. But you know, they got a really good front. You know, they got guys on the back end who are talented. You know, they play hard. So we got to get open fast and do what we have to do.
The defense this week especially keeps talking about playing with momentum. You see them in game, you see them at practice. Are you sensing the same thing, that they're gaining momentum weekly?
For sure, for sure. It's kind of hard to gauge practice, but that's something that you can try to, I don't know. I don't even like the word momentum, to be honest. Momentum does not exist. It's an illusion, What is that? Just say the team is up, but the team is up and they playing well. But if you throw me the ball, I catch the ball, all that stuff goes away, just like that. So, I think that doesn't matter. But they're playing well, and hopefully they keep doing what they're doing. So, yeah.
You were here you were here 2 years ago, obviously, when you guys went to the Super Bowl. How would you compare the way the offense is playing these past few weeks to how you guys were playing that season?
I wouldn't compare because it's two different teams, It's a new year. It's 2024. That was 2022, and that's the only thing we worry about.
Anais had his first game going out last week. What have you seen in his development as he's going along and starting to be part of the offense?
So proud of Anais. I'm gonna give him his flowers. He definitely had some growing pains when he first got here, but I'm happy for him, man. He's been doing a great job. That time away, he really stayed locked in. You could tell he really wanted it, and that's tough for a young guy just to stay locked in and not really being a part. Not really being able to practice, but he was trying to do everything he could. They even had to tell him, all right, you got to slow down. But I'm gonna give him his flowers. He's been doing a great job, and and hopefully he touched the ball at some point and he make the most of it. So we happy for him. So.
AJ, what's it like when you go in there with an idea for the offense? Whether it's something you think you should be doing, a play you really like, just in your experience with Nick over the years, what's it like?
What it's like? I record whatever I want to see or whatever I think about, and I send it to him, and I just call and talk to him. It's that simple.
He's open to it though,
he's always open to it. He's always open to it. He does a good job of always giving us feedback, and whenever he don't like something, he'll tell us, and he'll tell us why. And then he just,
AJ, when there's max protection as a receiver, do you feel that you understand it's going to be a little bit more time? Does that get exciting?
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to know that. For me, I like to know. I try to know the protections, and so it gives me time. If I want to add a little something in the route, I can do that. And most importantly, just be where I need to be when I need to be. So.
Thank you.